99.9 WEFM.
WhatsApp us or call us at 457-9997. Activated Mornings on WeFM 99.9 is on now.
Okay then, and we are back again. I need to say that we're back with more talking right here on WeFM, the Clean Fresh Sound. We are gonna talk. We being Roleza and I, and you are going to talk, and together we will all be talking on different topics here this morning. Just to let you know that at 9:20, we will be conducting an interview with Miss Aiko Rudet in relation to the Hairuna Film Festival, which has already opened and has some more screenings coming up. Righty. Now, let's head into our discussion. But before I do that, let me let you know that you can call us, you can text us, 457-9997. That's the number. You can text us, call us direct, call us on WhatsApp, anything, right? And you can get us on that number. Now, let me read something to you real quick. A few weeks ago, I finally bought a new car. Nothing too flashy, but it's a big deal for me because I've been saving up for a while. Anyway, I was feeling so good about it. One morning, I was driving to work and I saw my neighbor walking down the street. We're friendly, but we're not really close. And I figured, you know what? I would be nice and I would pull over, ask him if he needed a ride. He said yes, happily. And during the ride, we realized that we walk fairly close to each other, right? Now, apparently, that one ride turned into an unspoken agreement. The next day, I saw him standing at the same spot clearly waiting for me. I thought, all right, whatever, I'll just give him another ride. But now he stands there every single day waiting on me for this ride. And I want you to tell me, dear listener, if it were you with your vehicle and you had given somebody a ride, like in this scenario, and, just out of the goodness of your heart, and then every day after that, they just stand there waiting for you. You don't walk in the same place, but you walk close by, right? Let's say you're walking in Kingston or something like that. And now this person is just waiting there every single day religiously to collect their ride from you. You didn't really make any agreement, but, they just decided that they're going to do that. How would you respond? The person is wondering, do I just let them know that, hey, I don't really want for this to continue? Or should I just, continue being a good Samaritan? Or do I just drive by them and just with my windows rolled up and pretend like I didn't see or anything like that? What would you do now? I am not a driver. I've never been a driver, but I've been a rider, okay? And as we speak, let me tell you something. Now, I come over here with Roleza every day, right?
I should drive and leave you.
So, I
will close my heart and drive and leave you. All right, we have a call. Hi, caller. Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Good morning.
What just happened to you there? A terrible story. When I was a young boy going to Emmanuel High School, two people from Camden Park, Dr. Kirby and Silvera, used to give me a lift. But I realized if I am standing at the same spot every day, they will go past me. So I decided, I start walking. And every time I start walking, they will stop and give me a lift.
Okay.
So you must realize if you're standing and waiting, you just pass. Or you can change your time of traveling. Actions speak louder than words.
Yes.
Right? So today, as you said, remember me as a young boy, but today I'm celebrating 58 years marriage.
Ooh,
Nice.
It's a long time ago.
That's
And
very
how do
long.
you mix happiness with sadness? At the same time, my brother Dingan Albert, eldest brother, he died suddenly yesterday. 11 weeks after his wife died suddenly.
Oh, wow.
So they were married 60 years. I don't think he could decide to live without her. But after spending they quote about 5 years or 65 years together, how do you live with that sudden departure from each other? You know, it's a very, very, very sad situation. Happiness and sadness into one.
Well,
But my advice to you is to change your time of traveling and take a different route. All right?
Okay.
all right, but before you go, we are just extending our condolences to you, okay?
You have a nice day.
You as well.
Bye.
Oh, sorry, thanks.
In here.
I know. When you hear that, you see, the container actually blew their horn, right? We know exactly who it is calling because the container blew their horn because they were approaching the corner. All right, so good morning to you, Mr. Midway Butcher. I suspect that it's you who called. So, of course, you didn't get to hear properly, but we're extending our condolences to you there. All right. We'll go back to me driving straight from you from tomorrow. But Mr. What's his name again? It's Midway Butcher, but I'm forgetting his surname.
I don't remember either.
He did risk something that crossed my mind very recently, right? When we were talking about Dolly Parton and the years that she spent with her husband, and I think there's a quote by Shakespeare. I think it's Shakespeare who said it's better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all. But when I think of people who have been married for significant amount of years and happily married, right? Because telling me that you're married for, let's say, 30 something years doesn't mean that you're happily married. But for those who are actually happily married, how do you go on with your life after this person? This person who you've known since forever. How do you move on with your life after this person passes? And then when I thought about it, the quote came back to me, and I'm there like, boy, do I want to experience that type of sorrow? I mean, the love would have been great, but do I want to experience that type of sorrow? So, I really and truly don't know whether it's better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all in these particular circumstances, because I don't know if I would be able to live on memories alone, because, heartache and pain in your heart, and, people, there really is a thing called broken heart syndrome, and people do die of it, which probably explains why, sometimes some couples, when one partner has passed on, another one passes not too long afterwards, because they literally die of a broken heart, but
it's funny enough, because this is something that I do think about from time to time. I feel like I would want to die with my partner. I actually know a couple, elderly couple, where the man died first, and then not long after the woman died, I thought, I actually liked that for them, because they were really close. It was just the two of them alone living, and then all of a sudden, she lost her partner, and she was really traumatized, because she was close to one of my family members. So whenever we went there, she would still be making his dinner. Like, she was, I don't know, she was in shock or something, and she would still be calling him, sometimes, say, come for this or whatever, even after he'd gone. So
I don't know. It's like, no, I'm there thinking about, even getting married and that kind of thing. Of course, I would like to get married, but I mean, I ain't rushing marriage still at this big old age, but I'm not rushing marriage. But the thing of it is that I don't know how it is I would react to having just found somebody, and for me to get married, you have to have been definitely my somebody. To get married to this person and to suddenly lose them, I don't know, boy. I don't handle that. I don't know. All right, so Joshua's actually saying this weekend would be 40 years for him and his wife. So it's interesting. Good stuff. All right, Kojo saying the gentleman's name is Mr. Gibson. Yes, that's correct. Mr. Midway Butcher is Mr. Gibson. All right. Mr. Raji Providence, I will not read a comment on it. You better delete it fast before I change my mind and read it on air, okay? Better delete it quick. All right.
Uh-oh. All righty then. So off of that, talking about your loved one and dying before or with your loved one. Now, we were talking about the ride before. So I was saying, as I started to read this thing about the ride, I'm like, but I stand by the road and wait for Roleza. But I think Roleza and I had our agreement that we come over together. Because I mean, it's not that it's not that we're going to the same location. It's not just that we're going to the same location, we're entering the same building, and we're coming in the same room to sit together.
So from tomorrow, I will experiment, right? I will see if I happen to pass Dianna. Should I just put my hand and see what she does?
Let me just start to walk, yes. I'm going to stand by a different gap. I'm going to take the gentleman's advice, change my location, or start walking, okay? Right.
The start walking shows some initiative to mean that you're not there waiting on the individuals. That's what the start walking does, right?
True.
It shows that, yes, you are walking, to try to, not make it too obvious that you are waiting, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So from a vantage point of the driver, listen, right? It is. No, what I've been in your position where I have been by the road because I used to live in Bookament, right by the road, right? And just be there praying and hoping that whoever would pass and pick me up the body, right? And the thing of it is that when the person maybe just happened to drive past, I used to feel bad, right? If they drive past and they didn't stop, I would feel bad because for whatever reason, I feel like, you are supposed to stop me. But anyways. But speaking from the vantage point of a driver, listen, there are a couple of things. One of the things when we don't like to give, right, is when we just clean the vehicle, right? Because people just come with a dirty foot, they this and they that, and you don't necessarily want to have to stop because you just spent some time cleaning your vehicle. So that is one of the reasons why people don't like to give rides. Another one is that, listen, anybody who does get a ride from people, please note, conversation isn't necessary.
Correct.
All right. Many times Dianna and I come over in the morning and there's absolutely no conversation simply because it's too early in the morning for conversation, right? But that's how I feel. I don't know how Dianna feels.
No, I feel the same way. I feel the same way. Yeah.
But conversation isn't necessary. Somebody has stopped to give you a ride. You do not have to have a conversation because sometimes we just want to enjoy the radio or whatever it is that we're listening to. All right.
I'm the best passenger ever because I agree.
Another thing is, boy, one time I was ready to kick out a man out of the vehicle. You coming into the vehicle with your device, whether you are listening to a radio, your cell phone.
He kept it on. Oh my God.
I was sorry to stop the vehicle and tell this man to get up, but luckily it was a sharp drop, right? But I mean, it's little etiquette when you get a ride from individuals, all right? Another thing is that you don't adjust anything. You ask for permission to adjust. Don't throw back my seat. Don't turn up the windows. You just never know because sometimes you might put up a window and the window can't go back down.
Yeah.
Ask first, right? Yeah. So it's these little things. So, sometimes you want to give the rights, but you don't always, you're not always in the mood to have to stop and that kind of thing. So don't feel as if it's a sense of obligation. People are not obligated to give you a ride. Neighbor yes or neighbor no, they don't have to give you a ride, all right? And you can't feel away, but do take some initiative and not make it obvious that you are waiting on this particular person to get a ride, okay?
Except in my case, because my person and I are coming to the same place. Right person, volume up.
It's all right, go on, Dianna. Go on through.
All right, let us compose ourselves and yes.
I done. You draw me out.
No, that wasn't the intention. Okay, then. It is 9:03 here in SVG. That means that it's time for us to bring to you today's ECCB currency exchange rate. So we are off of this topic here for now, and we're going to head into our bank rates at this time.
Nothing